Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful passage from the Quran. It's amazing how it connects the huge, vast order of the heavens all the way down to the choices we make right here in our own hearts. It's a journey from the celestial to the super-personal, all packed into just a few verses.
Okay, let's start right here. This single line, spoken by the angels, it really sets the stage for everything we're about to talk about. It's this powerful declaration that, nothing in the celestial realm is just random. Every single action, every revelation, is part of a very precise and deliberate divine plan.
And yeah, that's exactly the path we're going to follow. We're starting way up high, with the incredible precision of the divine order, and then we're going to see how that connects directly to a very personal, very human choice that every single one of us has to face.
So, our journey kicks off with understanding the fundamental rules of existence, what the text really presents as a kind of cosmic blueprint for all of creation. And at the absolute heart of this blueprint is this concept of divine sovereignty. The passage makes it crystal clear that everything, from the distant past to the unseen future, is under God's complete and precise control. There are no accidents, no oversights, nothing slips through the cracks.
Now, what I find really fascinating here is how the text breaks this sovereignty down into three clear pillars. First, the angels, they only act on command. That ensures that divine revelation is orderly and purposeful. Second, God possesses everything, past and future, which is just a reminder of his all-encompassing knowledge. And third, God is never forgetful. That's a guarantee of constant, precise divine governance.
So, from this grand cosmic scale, the text brings us right down to the human experience. It creates this really powerful parallel between the perfect submission of the angels and the path that we are called to walk.
So for believers, there's this clear two-step instruction. First, to worship, and second, to be patient in that worship. See how that mirrors the unwavering submission of the angels? But it's framed for our reality, for a human life that's full of tests and delays and waiting. It's not just about the act of prayer. It's about the endurance it takes to keep your faith through all of life's challenges.
And to make this path feel achievable, not like some impossible ideal, the text reminds us that even the prophets were fully human. They weren't these distant, untouchable figures. They ate food, they walked in the marketplaces, they faced the same daily struggles we do. They're relatable models of patient worship, showing us that this path isn't just for angels, it's possible for us, right here on earth.
And then you get this line, and it just lands with such profound reassurance. It's a promise that the trials we face are not just random acts of fate. No, they are measured and they are perfectly just, coming from a Lord who is never, ever unjust to his servants.
Okay, so this brings us right to the heart of the passage, to the central conflict. It presents a stark choice between two fundamentally opposing paths. You've got submission on one side, and you've got arrogance on the other.
And this slide just illustrates that contrast perfectly. On the left, you've got the path of submission, worship, patience, trusting in divine justice. And on the right, it's a mirror image of defiance, arrogance, which shows up as denying clear signs, plotting in secret, and a pride that just refuses to listen. Notice how for every act of faith, there's a corresponding act of pride. It's like two paths heading in completely opposite directions.
So this deep contrast, it naturally leads us to the dramatic conclusion of the passage, the final reckoning. The text paints this incredibly vivid, almost theatrical picture of a final courtroom scene.
And the text basically asks this question for us. After laying out these two paths, it's the natural next step, right? So what happens? What is the ultimate consequence for those who chose the path of arrogance?
And what's so striking is that this judgment isn't depicted as some chaotic single moment. No, it's laid out as a clear, five-step judicial process. There's a gathering, a presentation, a formal questioning, a confession, and only then the verdict. It's methodical. It's inescapable.
I mean, can you just imagine this moment? The keepers of hell pose this simple, direct, and completely unanswerable question. It just cuts through every possible excuse and gets right to the heart of it. You were shown the truth. What did you do? And right here, this is the climax of the whole scene. There's no trying to shift the blame. It's a direct confession. From their own mouths, yes, we were warned, but our arrogance got the best of us. This self-indictment is the ultimate proof that the justice being served is absolutely perfect.
So the final verdict isn't just described as a punishment. The text uses the word taste, and this is such a powerful Quranic idea. It means to fully and directly experience the natural outcome of your own choices. You are, in essence, tasting the fruit of the seeds that you yourself planted.
So, what's the big takeaway here? The whole passage teaches this powerful lesson about accountability. It's not about ignorance. Responsibility lies squarely with those who receive the knowledge, who saw the clear signs, but who chose pride over humility and denial over acceptance.
And that leaves us with a final, and I think challenging question to reflect on. The passage condemns arrogant denial, but for us, in our own lives, it prompts a deeper thought. Where is that subtle line between an honest doubt, a sincere question, and a pride that just closes our hearts to the truth? It's a question worth thinking about. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.